Hi, this is Dr. Jones. I am going to show you the process of doing the correlation assignment. And let's get on down to it. This is the video that I'm talking about in this first line. So you need to click on the link to go to Yahoo Finance Sectors so that you can see which companies you want to use. And then make note of them as you go along. You'll make your choices uh, as you go through Yahoo Finance Sectors, and then from there you will actually go to Market Watch and download the data. So you click on that and you come to this page right here. It'll start up there, but we'll go down here. You'll see these are all the sectors of the United States economy, of the stock market, and they are arranged um, in size by the size of the impact that they have on the investment community. So technology happens to be really, really large as a measure of the industry of the marketplace. Financial services is next, and then you get all the way down to utilities is small. And while it's still large, it happens to be the smallest of these sectors. And these are arranged by size. You don't have to choose one of each. You actually are going to choose two companies from three different sectors. And so let's just get to it. Now, my suggestion to you is that you right click on one of these sectors. It doesn't matter which one that you do, and then open that in a new tab so you don't have to come back. But if you don't do that, that's no big deal. You can always back arrow. So if you go to the technology sector there, it is broken down into uh, sectors as well. And semiconductors are the largest, software infrastructure the next, consumer electronics the next, software, yada, yada, yada. So you can easily see that we go from the technology sector into smaller sub industries underneath that. And we're going to go over to consumer electronics. And here it has individual companies uh, and they are ranked in various ways. Um, Generally, it's going to be by market weight, and I'm just showing you this one right here, um, and by market cap. So the market capitalization fairly large here, with obviously Apple being the largest of all of those. If we go back, semiconductors, you want to have two large companies in the industry that you choose, and you can choose whichever ones you want. There's NVIDIA and Broadcom and Advanced Micro uh, devices, etc. And you could choose any of those. I'm going to choose NVIDIA and Advanced Micro devices for this. And again, I'm going to right click because I want to be able to come back very easily. So right click over here, go to NVIDIA and verify that yes, this is what I want. This is not where I'm going to download the stock data, although you can go for historical data. I'm actually going to go to Market Watch because it'll allow you to pull these down in a separate CSV file. So I write down that I have NVIDIA there, and I'm doing Advanced Micro Devices, which is AMD, and they're both part of semiconductors. Okay. And I'll go back. So we went to technology and semiconductors. Let me go down to consumer cyclical. Whoops. And under consumer cyclical, I have internet retail, restaurants, auto manufacturers, travel services, etc. And I'm going to choose one of these. Let me choose lodging. And looks like I have Hilton and Marriott as my largest ones. And Marriott right there, MAR, and Hilton, HLT, and lodging. So again, I'm just getting notice. This is what you should be taking notice of, MAR. In this situation, like I had NVDA for NVDA, AMD for advanced micro devices, and Hilton down here is HLT. Okay. And let's go back and get one more of these. Let's try financial services. And I will go with, let's try Banks Diversified to start off with. Oh, I got two good ones. JP Morgan and Bank of America Corporation. And so those two are the ones I'll choose. JP Morgan, Bank of American, a Bank of America Corporation. And that's within Banks Diversified. Okay. So I now have my 6 companies, NVIDIA and AMD, Marriott and Hilton, and JP Morgan and Bank of America. And those are the ones that I'm going to choose for my stocks. So then you go to Market Watch. Notice you got 6 stocks in different industry, in 3 different industries. I've got semiconductors, lodging, and banks. Go to Market Watch, and if you click on that, it will take you here to Market Watch. Find the open site search and click on that and enter a symbol. And I'm going to start off with NVIDIA. And you'll notice it's got a pull down menu that shows up over here, and I click on NVIDIA. And then I go down to historical quotes, and I am choosing 1 year, which is the last 52 weeks. I'm going to update those results, and then I'm going to download the data. Now, you can only download 1 year's worth of data, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly stock quotes. Okay, so we will download this data, and I'm going to just leave it as NVIDIA. NVDA. I'm leaving it as the um, stock ticker symbol. Go back up here. My next one is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, and do the same thing. Historical quotes. Choose the last year. Update results. Download. And save it as the stock ticker symbol back up here. I've got Marriott, You won't always necessarily get the when you put stock ticker symbol, and it should be the first one that shows up, but it doesn't always do that. Historical, 1 year, update results, download data. I know this is boring, but we're going to get there. Hold on. Okay, I had to stop there for a second, but put in Marriott. It takes a second sometimes. Okay, next one. Ta-da! Is Hilton. HLT. If I couldn't remember that and I start putting in Hilton, it'll come up with it. So there you go, HLT. Historical quotes. 1 year. Update results. Download data. HLT. Almost done. I know this is taking a while, but JP Morgan. Quote. Come on, thing. There we go. 1 year. Update results. Download data. JP Morgan. And you have to kind of put some notes down for yourself so you remember what the sectors are that each one of these falls into. Uh, because unless, you know, you may not remember what the, for some stocks, you may not remember what industry they're in or what company they belong to. And so you definitely want to pull that in. Okay, here we go. Last one. Now, before we leave this, I want you to pull down one other set of data. And the reason is because when you go to the regression lessons, you need the S&P 500. You want to pull that data down for the same dates that you're pulling down the data for your stocks. So now go up to that. You can do S&P. You want S&P 500 index. Notice it's SPX. So if you put in SPX instead, that's what you want. Now this is an index. It's not an actual stock. It's an index. And we're going to get the historical quotes from that because when we get to the regression lessons, you're going to try to predict the S&P 500 index using one or more of your stocks. So go ahead at this time and download that information as well. Do 1 year, update results, and click download data, and then do SPX. Now we're not going to put this in our correlations. We're only going to have correlations for the stock data right at the moment. But we're going to stop right here. Okay. Now we need to bring over the information that we've just created. And we don't, for the moment, we don't need anything else from either Yahoo Finance or from MarketWatch. So we have downloaded the last 52 weeks worth of stock prices for each stock and created, we're going to create now a CSV file with that information in. So you need to have access to each of your stocks. And you'll notice that I downloaded all of that information into one file, into 7 separate files. We're not doing the SPX, we're doing the others. And we are going to put the critical information that we need for each of these into a new Excel file and save it as a CSV, a comma separated values file, so that we can bring this into SPSS. That is going to be our next video.